Our speaker today is TrinaGunther from the Heruka Buddhist Center.
God.
Yes. So for those of you who don't fully understand, this Unity Church in Fort Collins is an interfaith community. So our belief system is many paths, one God. So we enjoy learning of the teachings of all the world's teachers and religions. So thanks for being here. It's also, I would say, my favorite day of the year when Leane reads Hung Duk. So I never tire of our friend Hung Duk, and if you haven't heard this story before, wait till you hear it. The musician today is John Magny and the choir. Woohoo! Each weekend, a prayer chaplain will be available to pray with people after the service. They go to the Myrtle Room for about 10 minutes. Today, our chaplain is Janice Ballard. Do you want to wave, Janice? And in case there's a lineup, there's a chair. If you're waiting to pray with Janice, there's a chair in the nursery. The Youth and Family Program starts a series on Many Paths, One God. This Sunday, they'll be learning about Buddhism with their guest, Kelsang Evam, a nun from the Heruka Center. So we've got Trina here, and the kids have Kelsang in the back. All right. Lil, Leane, come up and we can get your... Oh, thank you so much. Do we have anybody who's new here today that would like a welcome packet plunked in your hand? Raise your hand and one will appear. You have one? Wonderful. All right, thank you so much.
This is just a last time to pass around to sign up for the Christmas caroling this Friday night at 8 o'clock at Redtail Ponds. And we will give you information on how to get there if you write your name and your number down here. We ask that you bring something to share food-wise. And then after the caroling, we will go to Barbara and Jim's house, and we'll tell you how to get there too. So the last time around.
Good morning. I'm Kimber from the Outreach team, and here at Unity, we have a tradition of giving to those in need. First of all, we had the food bank collection, and today is the last day for that. And thank you very much for all your donations. And another tradition is giving to those by gift giving, and we have 2 giving trees in the foyer. There's one for the Crossroads Safe House. It's a program for the victims of domestic abuse for adults, children, and teens. The Crossroads Safe House provides emergency and safe housing, legal assistance, rapid rehousing, and crisis intervention. The other tree is for Redtail Ponds, where we're going to go caroling, and they support, it's a housing development that supports those who were formerly homeless with disabilities and formerly homeless veterans. Now you might ask, how do I give to those? So the trees will have little tags on them, and you take them off the tree of those gift suggestions that you're interested in giving to. And then for gifts for the Redtail Ponds, please wrap them and attach the tag to the gift. And those for Crossroads Safe House, they don't need to be wrapped, nor do you need to put a tag on them. And we have red and green boxes for that. And we'll get tags on the tree for red-tailed ponds very shortly. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kimber. That feels good. That's nice. Thank you. On December 10th, we'll be having a holiday marketplace and spiritual book fair after the service. That's yours. Come up. Don't get going on that. That's what yours.
So next Sunday, we're going to do, as Ann said, a holiday fair. So there'll be books and used books for sale and donation in the bookstore. And Claire's going to tell you about some extra craft activities. And over in the friendship room, formerly the big room, we will have tables with baked goods and food items, cookies, candy, and handcrafted gifty things. So I'm going to pass the clipboard the final time. You can sign up on the first page to donate something. And on the second page, you can sign up to help with that activity. And I'll let you talk about the crafts.
Okay. Hi. The Artist Collective has a couple of angelic crafts for you to make or put together and take as part of the craft fair and book sale. So we have examples of our little fun holiday crafts back there that you can see, and maybe might plan on, a few extra minutes to sit down and make something. And you can keep it for yourself or give it away. And I think we'll have tables back in the kind of on the art wall. So we'll set up, create a nice, peaceful, happy place to come and just take a break for a minute and make a little something. So please plan on that. Thank you.
And I forgot, I'm supposed to put on my other hat and talk about year-end giving. So Unity has done a great job this year of raising money through additional fundraisers to kind of end our year at a net zero place, meaning our donations have covered our expenses. We're very, very close to that bottom line. But we're also trying to encourage some year-end giving. A lot of folks look at their nonprofit donations at year-end. They are tax deductible. If you give to Unity, you will get an IRS letter. And we've got about, I believe it's $9,000 that's already either pledged or been given. And we would like to double that. So if you're able to contribute to that, just write year-end on a check, or you can make a note if you give through PayPal, which is where the QR code will get you to, or you can let Julie in the office know. Thank you.
We're almost there. Two more. Join us on the second longest night of the year. So we have a winter solstice celebration coming up Thursday, December 21st at 6:30 in the roomy room. It'll be a sacred candlelight circle with guided meditation, reflection, song, and prayer, hot apple cider and cookies. RSVP to Anisha. Anisha, you want to stand and wave? Thank you, Anisha. That'll be lovely. And on December 24th, which is also a Sunday, so it's confusing to regular churches because you have to do a Sunday morning service and then you have to do the Christmas Eve service. Well, we're a weird church, so we're bagging the morning service. It's just too much. So we're having a Christmas Eve service at 4. So it works for the kids. People can have dinner afterwards. So it's a low-stress Christmas Eve blessing ceremony. Okay. I think that does it. Let's all take a big, deep breath together. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you. No.
Advent begins today, and we begin our 4-week journey to Christmas. The 5 candles on our wreath are for each Sunday before we celebrate the birth of Jesus on Christmas Eve. The center white candle represents the Christ light to be lit on Christmas Eve. The wreath is round, meaning complete. This Advent wreath represents the birth of the Christ awareness within each of us. As we take this journey to Bethlehem, we light each candle along the way, and we remember Jesus, who brought to us a spark of new light, of new possibilities, light that shines through the darkness and illuminates the spiritual truth of who we are. God's light shining in this world. Today we light the first candle. This candle represents our faith and our hope. Faith is the certain knowledge that our good is ours right now. And hope is the expectation of good in the future. They are both of God, and they go beyond time and space. Today, millions of people all over the world will light the first candle of Advent, and together we start a spiritual journey.
All right, for music today, we've got quite a variety. We have 3 different bands for 3 different songs. We're going to start off here. Mike Dixon is going to lead us in a song. This one from Tom Petty called Wildflowers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Go away somewhere bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong where out at sea. With your love on your arm, you belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find you a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide.
deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong with your love on your arm. Far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna have a little reading. Come on, yeah.
Thank you. That's right. So Robert Fulghum published this little book, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, way back in 1986. I have no idea when I acquired it, but this community has been kind enough to let me share this delightful little story with you all for about, I think it's 12 years now. So for me, this is kind of the beginning of Christmas. I typically read this on the first Sunday of December. A Sunday afternoon it was, some days before Christmas, with rain, with wind, with cold, winter's gloom. Things to-do list was long and growing like an unresistant mold. Temper short, bioindex negative, horoscope reading suggested caution, and the Sunday paper suggested dollars, death, and destruction as the day's litany. O tidings of comfort and joy, fa la 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 la. This holy hour of Lord's Day bliss was jarred by a pounding at the door. Now what? Deep sigh. Opening it, resigned to accept whatever bad news lies in wait. I am nonplussed. A rather small person in a cheap Santa Claus mask, carrying a large brown paper bag outthrust. Trick or treat, Santa Mask shouts. What? Trick or treat, Santa Mask hoots again. Tongue-tied, I stare at this apparition. He shakes the bag at me, and I dumbly fish out my wallet and find $1 to drop into the bag. The mask lifts, and it's an Asian kid with a $10 grin taking up most of his face. Want to hear some caroling? He asks in sing-song English. I know him now. He belongs to a family that settled into the neighborhood by the Quakers last year. Boat people. Vietnamese, I believe. Refugees. He stopped by at Halloween with his brothers and sisters, and I filled their bags. Hong Duk is his name. He's maybe 8. At Halloween, he looked like a wise man with a bathrobe on and a dish towel around his head. Want to hear some caroling? I nod, envisioning an octet of urchin refugees hiding in the bushes, ready to join their leader in uplifted song. Sure, where's the choir? I'm it, says he, and he launched forth with an up-tempo chorus of jingle bells at full lung power. This was followed by an equally enthusiastic rendering of what I swear sounded like Hark the Hairy Angels Sing. And finally, a soft voice, reverential singing of Silent Night. Head back, eyes closed. From the bottom of his heart, He poured out the last strains of sleep and heavenly peace into the gathering night. Wet-eyed, dumbstruck by his performance, I pulled a $5 bill out of my wallet and dropped that into the paper bag. In return, he produced half a candy cane from his pocket and passed it solemnly to me. Flashing the $10 grin, he turned and ran from the porch. He shouted, "God bless you," and "trick or treat," and he was gone. Who was that masked kid? Hong Duk, the one-man choir, delivering Christmas door to door. I confess that I'm usually a little confused about Christmas. It never has made a lot of sense to me. It's unreal. Ever since I got the word about Santa Claus, I've been a closet cynic at heart. Singing about riding in a one-horse open sleigh is ludicrous. I've never seen one, much less ridden in one. Never roasted chestnuts by an open fire. Wouldn't know how to, if I had one, and I hear they're no big deal anyway. Wandering wise men raise my suspicions, and shepherds who spend their lives hanging about with sheep are a little strange. I've never seen an angel either, and my experience with virgins is really limited. The appearance of a newborn king doesn't interest me. I'd just as soon settle for some other politicians. Singing about things I've never seen or done or wanted. Dreaming of a white Christmas I've never known. Christmas isn't very real. And yet, I'm too old to believe in it and too young to give up on it. Too cynical to get into it and too needy to stay out of it. Trick or treat. After I shut the door, I come near hysteria, laughter and tears, and that funny feeling you get when you know that once again Christmas has come to you. Right down the chimney of my midwinter hovel comes Saint Hong Duk. He's confused about the details like me, but he's very clear about the spirit of the season. It's an excuse to let go and celebrate, to throw yourself into holiday with all you have, wherever you are. I'm it, says he. Where's Christmas, I ask myself. I'm it, comes the echo. I'm it. Head back, eyes closed, voice raised in whatever song I can muster the courage to sing. God, it is said, once sent a child upon a starry night that the world might know hope and joy. I'm not sure that I quite believe that, or that I believe in all the baggage heaped on that story during the last 2,000 years. But I am sure that I believe in Hong Duk, the one-man Christmas choir, shouting trick or treat door to door. I don't know who or what sent him, but I know I am tricked through the whimsical mischief of fate into joining the choir that sings of joy and hope. Through a child, I have been treated to Christmas.
All right. Thank you, Leane. All right, now, taking over the stage is the Unitics.
Okay, we got
Tim up here, we got Holly, Gerald will be on the drums, and Corey back there on bass.
Changing of the guard. Okay. Well, great to be back again. Good to see all your faces. This is a song by Graham Nash. And if you know it, you can sing along. And if you don't know it, just sing louder. You guys ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's help will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. And you of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with you. They say the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, your children's health will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you'll know by. Everyone now. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you.
Oh, great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Trina. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for having us, myself and my friend Kelsang Avam from Heruka Kadampa Buddhist Center. So that was a very hard act to follow, I have to say. Thank you for a lovely service. It's just a very, it's a delight to be here with you today. And I hope with that, what I'm going to share with you now will be of benefit to you, that it will help you in your spiritual journey, as it has helped mine. So I am part of the Heruka Buddhist Center. I'm the resident teacher at Heruka Buddhist Center, and we are part of the Kadampa tradition of Buddhism. So I wanted to share just a little bit from a book that's written by my spiritual teacher, my spiritual guide, who is named Venerable Geshe Kelsang Gyatso Rinpoche. He just passed shortly last year, but he was a Buddhist monk who brought the Kadampa Buddhist tradition to the modern world and helped it to flourish throughout the world, all over the world. So our tradition has centers all over, on every continent. So I want to share just a little bit from here. So he says in this book is called How to Transform Your Life, and it's a beautiful, it contains all the teachings of our tradition, Buddhist tradition. So he says here, without inner peace, outer peace is impossible. We all wish for world peace. But world peace will never be achieved unless we first establish peace within our own minds. He says we can send so-called peacekeeping forces into areas of conflict, but peace cannot be imposed from the outside with guns. Only by creating peace within our own mind and helping others do the same can we hope to achieve peace in this world. So I thought this was a very wonderful message to share, because I find it extremely empowering when we are faced with so many challenges and difficulties in our world, both globally and locally. We see many conflicts and so much suffering. And for us, we may often wonder, well, what can I do about this? And for a spiritual practitioner, which I think all of us are, we can recognize that starting within our own hearts is the best place to help. Establishing peace within, then we can help others establish peace in themselves, and it spreads, like not like a virus, which but something better than that. Yeah, a good virus. Yeah. A virus of peace. I hope that won't. It's a virtuous pandemic. That's right. So we would love for peace to spread throughout this world. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And for us, we can understand it starts right here within our own heart. That starts right here. So Buddha taught a special method for establishing that peace within our mind. So I keep pointing to my heart when I say mind. So in Buddhism, we understand that our mind has many levels, and it is our root mind is at our heart. So when I say mind and I point to my heart, sometimes other people understand this as something like a soul, but it's kind of the essence, the core of our consciousness. So Buddha taught a special method to establish peace within our mind. And this method you're probably familiar with. It's called meditation. It's a wonderful method, and it's so simple. I wouldn't necessarily say it's so easy, but it's so simple. So Buddha taught that meditation is focusing single-pointedly. So it's a mind that focuses single-pointedly on a virtuous object. So meditation is simply a mind that focuses without distraction on a virtuous object. A virtuous object is simply anything that makes our mind peaceful and calm when we focus on it. So the main function of meditation is to make our mind peaceful. That's what it's supposed to do. So Buddha taught many different virtuous objects that you're probably well familiar with. So a virtuous object is referring to an object of meditation. So objects such as patience, love, compassion, wisdom. There's so many virtuous objects that Buddha taught. What we try to do is focus. We try to generate these virtues in our heart, and then we simply focus on them without distraction. just by doing that, naturally becomes peaceful within. Generate the mind of love, a beautiful mind of love. And we focus on that. We hold it in our heart for as long as we can. We're having a technical difficulty, I guess.
Virtuous microphone.
Oh, it looks like it, yes. Thank you. Thank you. So, if we generate a mind of love, and we know what that love feels like. It feels very warm, peaceful. We know we're thinking about others' happiness. We're opening our heart to them. Our heart is feeling close to them. We have a warm regard for others. And we simply hold that in our heart, in our mind, for as long as we can. That's meditation. That's meditation. So we can be doing that when we're sitting down formally. I guess I'm going to guide a meditation a little later today. But meditation isn't only sitting formally, like you might see, people with, sitting quite in like a formal meditation posture. But because meditation's definition is about a mind, it's an activity of our mind, we can be meditating at any time as we go about our day. And in Buddhism, this is called informal meditation. So we can be spending time with our families, in the holidays, and while we're chatting over dinner or whatever festive activities we're doing with them, in our heart, we can be holding love. And that is considered meditation. We are mixing our mind with love while we are with our family and friends. So meditation can pervade our life. I want to talk a little bit about a particular object of meditation that I don't often get to talk about because normally, for instance, when people come to our center, our Buddhist center, there are many people who come who don't quite understand that Buddhism is a faith, it's a religion. So they think, oh, it's a philosophy. And so they're always surprised. Not everyone, some people understand, but many people can be surprised when we talk about faith in Buddhism. But in fact, faith is the root. It's the very essence of a spiritual path. And so I thought I'd just share, if I have a little bit of time. How much more time do I have? Okay, thank you. About faith, because when we meditate on faith, this makes our mind so profoundly peaceful. It is a wonderful, virtuous object to meditate on. It's meditating on faith, holding a mind of faith is very powerful, very peaceful. And I thought, since I'm able to speak to a faith-based community, that you would all appreciate that as an object to talk about. So in Buddha taught there are 3 types of faith, and they're all lovely faiths, and maybe you have a similar kind of understanding of faith, but Buddha taught admiring faith, believing faith, and wishing faith. So admiring faith is the faith we have when we are admiring, appreciating, rejoicing in holy beings, the purity of holy beings, maybe their teachings. We're rejoicing in the good qualities of our fellow spiritual practitioners. We see one of our we call them Sangha, but our community members showing kindness or being generous, being peaceful, and we just rejoice in that. That is admiring faith, and it's such a beautiful, clean mind. Sometimes in Buddhism, we think about, for instance, a holy being's purity and their teachings, the beautiful teachings they give, and just appreciating that, just rejoicing in that is such a delicious meditation. It really brings so much joy and peace within. So believing faith is the nature of correct belief. It's wisdom belief. So there are many different ways of understanding the existence of holy beings. All spiritual paths, I think, have their ways of understanding that holy beings or pure beings exist. And with believing faith, we are using that wisdom to develop a recognition that a holy being is in our life. You know, whatever you may call that holy being, that pure holy being is in your life. And believing faith is holding that recognition. You know, it's beautiful to feel in the presence of a holy being, a pure being, someone who's guiding us, blessing us, protecting us. This is just a wonderful thing to meditate on, just holding that belief. I'm in the presence of this holy being, my spiritual guide. Such a beautiful meditation, so peaceful. Believing faith also can be believing that the teachings and guidance that we receive from that holy being directly protect us from problems and suffering. So we have faith in their teachings, their guidance. And finally, wishing faith. Wishing faith is the nature of wishing. Wishing to become just like them. You know, so for us, we can use meditation to develop our mind, to increase our mental peace, so that it can benefit more and more people, living beings. You know, our mental peace can, as I said, can be infectious. And we can truly benefit. The more peaceful our mind is, the more we can benefit this world, benefit others around us. And so wishing faith is basically holding that wish to be able to do that, to be able to grow in this way. You know, so many of the minds that we try to generate as spiritual practitioners, such as like compassion. Compassion is a wishing faith. Compassion is a strong wish to free others from their suffering. You know, that there's faith in that. There's faith that eventually we're going to be able to do that. So these are all very beautiful minds, these three types of faith. And when we meditate or hold these faiths in our heart, our mind becomes peaceful. It protects us from worries and fear. It protects us from other minds such as anger and negative minds that disturb our mental peace. So I want to just share before I stop, because I don't want to take too long, okay? Just share a little bit of a story about when I first felt a recognition that there was a holy being in my life. This understanding, this kind of recognition in the heart, just changed my life completely. When there's a holy being in your life with you all the time, all of a sudden, every situation, you know, what I found was every situation I was in developed so much meaning. In every situation I found myself in, I could ask this holy being, like, what is this teaching me? What is this situation teaching me? What is the spiritual lesson in this? I could also ask for their blessings, like, well, what should I do right now? How should I use this situation to transform my mind into virtue, into peace, into positive ways of thinking. You know, in this way, the most annoying coworker can become someone who's helping me practice patience, because I know, like, you know, I have a holy being in my life who's going to help me practice patience. And they may appear as, you know, various, you know, people in my life who challenge me in various ways. Wonderful. Those situations suddenly have so much meaning. You know, everything, whether it's physical sickness, problems, good things happening. Every situation in our life can develop so much meaning through our faith, So I want to suggest that this is a wonderful thing to focus on, just to hold that in your heart as often as possible, whether you're sitting down quietly or just about going about your day, to hold faith in your heart. And this will help you in every situation. So thank you very much. I hope I haven't spoken too long, and thanks for inviting me.
Our thoughts are prayer, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayer. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer. Mm-hmm.
So I would like to guide this meditation on believing faith. So if you would like, you can bring your awareness inwards into your heart. And in whatever way you have, to recognize that a pure and holy being is in your life. Please generate that in your heart strongly. That this holy being is here right now, guiding you, blessing you, and protecting you, helping you on every step of your spiritual journey. Holy beings do not get tired. They do not take breaks. They are with us all the time. So please recognize this wise, compassionate presence of the holy being in your life. And hold this precious mind of faith for the next few minutes in meditation. Really try to feel in the presence of this pure being, this loving and compassionate being. Blessing your mind. So even when we come out of the meditation, formally, we can keep this faithful recognition in our heart, bringing this faith with us everywhere, being guided by this pure being, this holy being, helping us in every situation to know the spiritual lesson that we are learning, what to practice, how to engage in these situations in a patient and loving, compassionate way. In this way, every moment of our life becomes so meaningful, so blessed. Every day we are transcending, becoming spiritual beings. So thank you very much. We can now arise from the meditation.
Much beautiful meditation. Okay, let's all sing this. May the blessings of God. And may the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate our heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
Well, Trina, thank you. Thank you for being that one that illuminates our hearts today, for being that one. Thank you. And I think we also need to really practice what Trina has said about us. Have you thought about how grateful you are for each and every one that's in this room this morning? How so many of you show up with all kinds of gifts that you give in your time and talent and also your treasure. So thank you. And we meditate upon you with thankfulness. So on our screen, there's our offering blessing, and I'd like us to take our offering and hold it in our hands gently and say this with thankfulness together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, God.
All right, we're about to get the choir up again for one last song here. And I would like to say, despite what was put in the bulletin about choir practice on Tuesday, the next choir practice is going to be Thursday, December 14th, between 2:30 and 3:30. So, as was said before, we're going to have a really nice ceremony on Christmas Eve, and we're gonna kick off the Christmas season right here with a Christmas song. One of my favorites. It's called "Mary, Did You Know?" Mary, did you know? Oh, 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 oh. Mary, did you know? Oh, 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 oh. Mary, did you know? Oh, 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 oh. Mary, did you know? Oh. Mary, did you know? Oh,
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has taught Mary to start? When you kiss your little baby, you've kissed the face of The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will sing, the praises of the Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nation? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect land? The sweet child you're holding is the great I Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? Mary, did you All right. Oh, yeah, yeah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. shine, let it shine. Oh, let it
Introduce your.
Oh, hello. I'd just like to introduce my lovely friend here. You want to? This is Kelsang Avam. She is an ordained Buddhist nun at our tradition, the Kadampa Buddhist tradition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Trina is the resident teacher, and she's taught me so much.
Thank you. And we've had the children being under the blessed tutorage of a Buddhist nun today. So, Nancy, do you want to come forward? And
They had some things that they wanted to say. Did you guys have some things? You want to come down this way a little further? All right. Who wants to go first, Gabe?
So yeah, we listened to a story. I forgot what it's the story of, and I forgot the other. Yeah, we listened. We did the story of Angulimala, and we also did a meditation.
What was the story about, guys? What was the story about?
okay, there you go.
The story was about Angulimala, who was supposedly a madman who was very angry, and he had killed 999 people when Buddha found him. And well, technically he found Buddha, but and he had a necklace of quite a couple of fingers. And Buddha helped him not be so angry and be safer. But yeah.
Well, good. And you're going to have to come and share Angudi Manga? Good. You're going to have to share that with all of us someday. Okay. Well, you kids can go and join your parents. And we have one other thing to celebrate today. It's the first Sunday of December, and Jo Ellen Fulton's right here.
Usually we do this on the second Sunday, but we have a lot going on this month, so we're doing it the first Sunday. If anyone in here has a birthday during the month of December, come on up. We want to sing to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're all going to sing to you. Yeah. Oh, birthday? Yes, you have to go down there. Yes. Any more back here? No? Oh, Jenny. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. We'd like you to... What's all women? Yeah. I'm going to hand over the microphone to Leela, and she's going to say her name and the day of her birth.
I'm Leela, and my birthday is December 20th.
Courtney, my birthday is December 24th.
Sharon, and mine is December 22nd.
Teresa, and mine is December 9th.
Barbara, and mine is the 13th.
Hey, my name is Jenny. Mine's the 13th also.
Sisters of different mothers. Yep. Okay, instead of saying all these names, we're going to say beloveds when we get to that part. Are you ready?
See, if you want.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear beloveds. Happy birthday to
next is joining hands and joining our hearts together as we circle up. Prayer, protection, and the peace song. I think some of us have to go out the door and circle around the building. So together on our screen, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
This is my joy.